Hey everybody. Hey, I've been working on these G39 ore cars for a couple weeks now, and I filmed the video the other day, and I was showing you how to do a few things to make these cars really good. They're real pain in the ass to put together, and I would say that for an old Roundhouse kit, they're kind of advanced. Now, I had this video shot, and for the life of me, I can't find it, so I'm going to start over and do this whole thing again, and this is going to be part of one of my layout update and project update videos. But each one of these ladders is all separately applied, and this was wrong. This is missing. That's one there. There's two on this side. Also, these trucks are wrong, but I'll show you the proper trucks and whatnot. So here's a couple of tips that when you're putting these together, when you have the weight here, sand or file the ends of the weight. And I have just a regular metal file that I used on that. And it's nothing small like this. I'm talking like a big file, like an inch wide and everything. After you do that, and then you paint it black, because you're still going to see the edges if you don't paint it black. And then super glue it. So super glue each end. Oh, I'm sorry. Before you super glue it, make sure it's straight, perfectly straight, because I found 3 of them that the ends were bowed up. So if it touched in the middle, the ends were sticking up, and those will hit your metal wheels and cause shorts, like every single one I have sitting over here that I'm going to pull apart and rebuild. If you remember in a previous video from a couple weeks ago, I kind of complained a little bit about buying a kit that somebody else had put together and it not being put together right, and causing me a lot of stress trying to take it apart without breaking it and all that. So this is where this video is coming from, or that was the inspiration for this video here. So make sure that your weight is straight. I have a couple of these car bodies that are twisted. Try to super glue on the corners and in the middle someplace, and try to put a weight on there to straighten out the car body here to get the twist out of it. After you do that, and after it's painted, you can go ahead and put on your reservoir, your brake valve, and your air control valve, and then you can put your frame cover on. This area right here needs to be like there's a little edge in there. I don't know if you see it right here, but I took my hobby knife and I just barely had to go across it and cut this little bit of like a molding seam or something out of it. Because if you don't, and you use these whisker couplers, the whisker would catch on that and would not, center the coupler again. So you got to make sure you get in there and get these edges real good here too, like right there. I don't know if you see that. I can see that in the light. And then once you put the coupler in there, if you go with the whiskers like I do, they will not have any problem sticking. And that's something I figured out after I'd already built a couple of them. After that, it's pretty simple, I have a little piece of foam that I cut that's the same height as the coupler. I put the coupler on there, and then I go to work installing the coupler. Now, these coupler covers, they have like the punches on there, the punch marks from where they were molded and pushed out. Use the smooth side and put that side towards the coupler, or take a little extra time and sand this part down right here. I don't know if you can see that. I can't even see it, and I'm standing here looking. But that will go on, of course, and then your screw will go in. Of course, the hole and all that. These kits are, I think there's 6 of them that I bought, and they have multiple different trucks. I actually had one that came with these trucks, and this is an Athearn truck, and the hole there is too big, and it doesn't sit right, and it doesn't ride correctly. So I'm gonna have to find different trucks, and I'm pretty sure I got some. Now you can see the difference between those trucks that I'm holding and this one here. I have not found any prototype photos with this truck on there. Now this car is actually a Southern Pacific prototype. I don't really know how similar it was to the Pennsylvania G39 or G38 or G39A and B and all that stuff. but these might be a Southern Pacific truck, so I'm not quite sure. But every picture I found had plain bearings, and they looked like this. It looks like a 70-ton truck, and I don't know what that is. But I got a whole bunch of AccuRail trucks that look exactly like it, and that's what I'm gonna put on there. I think I even got some. Roller bearing trucks that are similar to this. They're probably 100-ton trucks, but I don't know. I can't really tell the difference half the time. But you can see they're very similar. I may just take these trucks that are on here and just trim this little piece off, and I could probably get it to look pretty decent that way. That's probably what I'll do, and I don't have to mess with anything too much. But I'm enjoying putting these together. They're kind of a pain, like I said, but I think when I'm done, they're going to look great. Here's one that I just recently finished up, and what I've done is I put a little green mark in there just so that I know that I've redone this one and glued the frame and everything together and done it right. What I'll end up doing is painting the screws down here black, and then I will paint the inside like a rust color. And what I'll do is I'll just take a piece of painter's tape, put it across here, use my hobby knife to cut out the opening, and I have some like rust colored primer, and I'll just blast it. I won't try to paint it like 100% to get the paint everywhere. I'll just blast it loosely everywhere so that you got a good line of rust, I guess it would be, up in here and whatnot. If I had a car handy, I'd show you what I'm talking about. Let me go find one. All right, I found some pretty quick. So this is just a 55-ton open hopper that I've weathered a little bit, and you can see what the inside looks like. You can put a coal load in there; it looks pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with that. Let me see if this fits in there. It's probably not. Nah, I don't even know where those came from. They might have come with another car or something. But here's a 70-ton hopper. And you see I didn't go all the way on the inside to cover it completely, but it got in there quite a bit. But pretty easy to do. Makes them look a lot better when they're in a consist also. And let me see, I'm about to talk about something else, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this part of the video off, and it'll transition in some awesome way into another segment.